party hats. Boom, boom.
The whole go bang bang here. Let us begin.
I want you to keep an eye out for the Boogity Man. VHS Bandits.
Welcome to Coxwell Academy.
Don't need no DVDs, don't need no Betamax. These are the VHS Bandits.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of VHS Bandits. This week we watched CIA, codename Alexa. Let's pop in the tape.
Alexa, surname unknown. Specialize in combat, hand-to-hand, weapons, ammunitions. Led Cambodian revolt, 1988. Terrorist bombing, Philippines, 1986. Currently employed by a Victor Mahler, a small-time psychopath making a stab at the big leagues. Maybe you don't understand. She's government property now.
I'm sure by now you know this is a government facility.
What I know is that you got that Rambo bitch here. So I want to see her, and I want to see her now.
Oh, you're not in any position to make demands,
Oh,
Detective.
yeah, so what are you going to do? Kill me?
That can be arranged.
Where is my microchip?
It's still in the body.
So what are you so squeamish about? They're dead.
He knows I've been arrested. He'll never trust me again.
Whatever you have to do, whatever's necessary, do it.
Tanya, baby, it's Mommy!
I think you've gone too far this time.
There is no room in this operation for your personal feelings.
You're telling me that Mahler killed my partner, that Alexa used to work for Mahler, but now she works for you.
Exactly.
Now that I have your attention, LAX, tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon, bring me my microchip.
Well, and I suppose this is the part where you offer me $1 million and complete immunity from prosecution.
No, we're gonna let you live.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey everybody, welcome again to VHS Bandits. I am the Kevbot. Here with me, as always, are my co-hosts, the delirious Dane Train and the ticklish Topher Hansen.
Oh, stop.
And this week, Alexa, play Lorenzo Lamas, CIA, codename Alexa.
No joke.
No.
I just got onto
She
Skype.
had a malfunction.
And I was like, oh, we're going to watch CIA codename Alexa. And his Alexa goes, do-do-do-do-do-do. And he's like, oh no, I got to turn that off.
Yeah, if you have an Amazon voice activated assistant, turn it off now because you'll be hearing that name quite a bit.
Because we say the name Alexa a lot in this movie that has Alexa in the title.
Didn't we go
Alexa.
to school with an Alexa? It must suck if she's got one of those at her house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of those just unfortunate names to have now.
Yeah, like
I'm
O.J.
sure
Simpson.
back
It was
when we were in
cool
high
in the
school, it
90s.
was, fine, but so.
Not anymore. No
So
one can
Lorenzo
ever name their
Lamas.
kid Alexa again.
Yeah, we are continuing the Lorenzo Lamas month over here at the VHS Bandits. Number 2 of Lorenzo Lamas month. CIA. What's the CIA stand for, guys?
Code
Cool.
Incident Alexa. Codename Alexa.
Cool incident Alexa. Codename Alexa.
Alexa. Yeah. Sure.
Sounds good.
I don't know what it does then. Central Intelligence Agency is the real answer, I believe.
Go. So I got the box over here. I don't remember. I think I might have gotten this on eBay a while back. This is a PM home video. And everybody knows PM makes the best straight-to-video action movies. And this one was no exception. Now, what's funny is like when you look at the cover of this box, you could tell that like they were like shots like that were done in photo, like they were like photo shoots. And then like, cause back then they didn't have Photoshop. So they had to cut them all out and like put them together.
Photocopy them.
It's all photocopied together, and then it looks the same on the back where, so the front is like, the front is in the tunnel, in the tunnels, like at the end of the movie, you got, Lorenzo Lamas, O.J. Simpson, and Alexa on the back, played by Kathleen Kinmont. And it's on the back it says graphics by Ferguson 3. So that's
Ferguson 3.
That's who did the box. Of course.
Not Ferguson 2.
Of the Fergusons.
With photos by Greg Degler.
Greg Degler.
The back of the box isn't that good. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, you have Lorenzo Lamas wearing like this like suit, this gray suit that he does not wear in the movie at all. But you got
Are you sure? I thought he was wearing a suit the entire time.
No way, man. He had that black jacket on the whole movie and like black slacks.
No, he was in a gray suit.
I don't remember him wearing a gray suit once in this movie.
Kevbot, what say you?
He was in a gray suit.
Dude, when?
Hey.
When the hell was Lorenzo Lamas in a gray suit?
When he was in the Karate Garage, I think.
Yeah.
Like for the beginning of the movie.
No way, man. He had he
had two outfits. He had two outfits. He had the oversized leather jacket and then the gray suit. When he was in the basement for a lot of it.
Yeah.
The Karate Garage / 5-star restaurant / condominium complex. That was fucking awesome. I can't wait to get into that.
Donut place from Wayne's World where they open the door and there's ninjas training.
Yeah.
All right. So the movie says, the back of the box says, Alexa, portrayed by Kathleen Kinmont of Final Impact and Bride of Reanimator and The Art of Dying, is the beautiful but deadly protege of Victor Mailer, Alex Cord, of The Brotherhood and Stiletto, leader of an international crime ring who threatens the security of the nation. CIA agent Mark Grayer, played by Lorenzo Lamas of Final Impact, Night Warriors, and Falcon Crest, will stop at nothing to end the madman's reign of terror. Graver's plan? To capture and tame Alexa and then turn her against her boss. With the help of maverick cop Nick Murphy, O.J. Simpson of Naked Gun and the Towering Inferno and Killing Force, Graver and Alexa must face Mailer and his army of elite assassins in a climactic explosion of action and violence. Only the strongest will survive. Now, after we did the last Lorenzo Lamas movie, we were like, all right, which one should we watch next? Because we have a lot of Lorenzo Lamas movies. And we were like, all right, let's read the back of the boxes. Every single box said, in the explosive conclusion, this will happen. Every single one had the word explosion or explosive in it. Every single one.
Well, yeah. This movie did have a lot of explosions, more than I expected. I honestly didn't expect any, but it had a lot, and a lot of guys on fire.
This came from Captain Video 3 of Hendersonville, Tennessee.
3. Ron Diggler 3, Captain Bigelow 3.
I wonder if they worked with Ferguson 3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Good.
If he made that shiny sticker.
That's right. Yeah. Shiny sticker by Ferguson 3. It sounds
I'm
it's like a
I'm a devil.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Ferguson from Clarissa Explains It All. So
Ferguson 3 would be like a robot he makes. Ferguson.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Wow.
Get out of my room, Clarissa.
Or Ferguson 3, it's like in like a computer game that she plays. Where she has to fight Ferguson 3 and then save Sam from a burning inferno or whatever.
An explosive ending.
This movie is fucking cool as hell.
Oh yeah, man.
This movie was crazy.
Yeah, it was exceptionally action-packed.
Yeah. There's some filler, but it it gets over with it pretty quickly. But we start in a hostage negotiation. There's some guy up in a building that Clarissa hasn't cleared out in level 2 yet. And there's just some guy up in the window, and he's the only the entire building is shut down, and there's this one office that has the lights on, and that's where this guy is. And there's a shitload of cops outside on the ground.
Literally all the cops. Just imagine all the cops roll up and all point their guns at this one window.
Yeah,
there must have been
the entire Los Angeles police force.
Yeah,
I was saying, of the whole building, that was the only room that had one light on, and I was like, oh my god, they're all here because he's the only one guy paying his electric bill in the building.
Yeah, and one of the cops is like, "Give up the hostages, let them go." And the guy's like, "You want me to let him go? All right, I'll let him go." And he throws him out the window, and a hostage lands on a cop car. And then not Snake Eater. Lorenzo Lamas shows up.
You can call him that.
Yeah. What's his name in this? Does anybody know?
Hold on,
just a moment. Just a moment. Mark
Graver.
Mark Graver. That's not I don't know. Mark isn't a very cool name.
All right.
No
what
offense
would you
to anyone named Mark.
What do you think his name would have been?
I don't know. Jack Kincaid, man.
Oh, dude. All right. So for those of you guys that don't know, way back when we had this idea of making an 80s action movie called Bon Voyage. And it was like, every stereotypical 80s action movie. But it was like, Die Hard on a cruise ship.
It was like Speed 2.
Speed 2, yeah.
But yeah.
The main good guy, he's this cop.
He's a renegade cop.
Who's hard boiled and doing his law.
Plays by his own rules.
Yeah, and his name is Jack Kincaid, and he fights the villainous Caesar St. Bryce. And if there was ever, if we needed to cast somebody to be the hero, Jack Kincaid, it's definitely got to be Lorenzo Lamas.
Lorenzo Lamas for sure. That movie will happen, I swear.
Someday,
I bet my life on it.
Someday. And then we got to make the sequel, which was Bon Voyage 2.
Hot damn.
Whereas instead of being on America, it's on the dam of America.
Anyway, so Mark Gravel comes in and he landscapes. No, he's like, "Hey, I'm CIA. Fuck you, cops. I'm taking over." And the cop's like, "Hey, I'm in charge here." And he's like, "No, you're not." Blah blah blah. And then he gets inside the building somehow. I don't know. He just does.
So he goes in there.
No, he calls the guy. He says,
to be a negotiator.
Yeah, he calls the guy with like the bullhorn. He's like, "I'm coming in and I'm unarmed." And then he goes in, and they fucking fight. I don't know. Is there any?
Yeah. So so the guy, he first goes in there to be a negotiator, being like, "I want an airplane and $1 million, whatever." And Lorenzo Lamas is all like, he wants a one-way ticket out of here, and I'm gonna give it to him. That was like the only really good one-liner in the movie. So he takes a cop motorcycle like in Terminator 2 and he just smashes into the building, shoots all the bad guys. And what happened before this was, so this main bad guy wanted this little computer chip, which back in the day, back in the 80s and the 90s, nobody knew what the hell a computer chip was. So that was like the main object that everybody wanted. Instead of like money and gold, it's in artifacts and that. No. The computer chip, this little teeny little computer chip is the one thing that's going to rule the world. So this guy decides to take this little thing that it looks like one of those little pegs from Battleship, the board game. And he just like takes it and he puts it in his mouth and he eats it like for safekeeping. And Lorenzo Lamas shoots him up.
Destroy any computer chip.
I mean, dude, yeah.
First of all, your stomach acid would
right?
destroy that thing.
No,
not
they
this
didn't even
super
put it in a
crazy,
condom.
highly wanted computer chip.
Yeah,
of awesomeness.
Yeah, maybe it has stomach acid repellent on it. I don't know.
Now, what if when Lorenzo Lamas shot this guy up, what if he shot the computer chip at the same time? Then this movie wouldn't have happened.
Well, it's it's a microchip, so it'd be.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. It is a
the
microchip.
odds of hitting it are very.
Well, he did shoot him a lot.
Small.
You know,
he did.
He could have shot him right in the stomach.
And he
right
took
in
a
the
while
computer
to fall
chip.
down,
Maybe
too.
his computer chip could have leaked out on the floor. I'd buy that.
Sure. Oh yeah,
he
yeah.
shot him
yeah.
in the stomach.
Yeah, sure.
But that's
my computer chip.
right in the chip. Unless it stops the bullet, like at the end of Problem Child, his lucky prune.
Oh yeah.
My lucky military computer chip.
That's another this like bothers me. We were talking about this several times during watching the movie, that a computer chip, like, you need the fucking, like, if you're trying to steal a computer chip, this is a custom made computer chip by the U.S. government.
One of one.
And it's a microchip nonetheless. And if you steal that, you literally can't do anything with it. You need the fucking, like, specific motherboard that goes with it. And you need the software and the BIOS updates and everything. You can't just get a computer chip, throw it in like a compact Pisario, and then like you're on your way taking over the world or whatever. I don't know.
That's right.
But that's another thing. Like people in the 90s and the 80s, like no one knew what a fucking computer chip was, so you just buy it wholesale.
Computer chips were just made to rule the world, apparently. And bad guys were only trying to steal them. These microchips. I don't even remember what the hell they said was on the microchip.
Well, there's nothing on it. It's not a hard drive. It's a processor.
Yeah, so I don't know.
There's nothing on it. It just processes data.
So, like, what were they going to do with it? I don't even remember. I know they said they were going to, like, rule the world or something, and, like, America will be down on his knees, but I don't remember what the hell
they'll
they're
have,
supposed
like,
to do.
the ultimate power. We'll
have the best game of Minesweeper.
Yeah, we'll be able to run Crisis on at 680 by 420. 620 by 480. Whichever. Any custom resolution we want.
It's 10,000 free hours of AOL. I'll be unstoppable. I can go online for years at a time.
And he'll get his own free email address.
Hang up the phone.
Yeah.
I'm in a chat room.
If you like computer chips, type 7225. Press Alt F4 now if you like Metallica.
Oh, F4.
Gotcha. Anyway, so the guy swallows the computer chip and he's dead.
So they end up in a church, and some priest, I guess he's a priest, I don't know. He's like one of those priests that's all like, oh the Lord,
Preacher.
you know? The preacher.
It's like a Baptist church.
And he's like, even though our brother killed people and murdered people and hustled drugs, and he was a pimp out in the streets, and he was an awful, terrible person. Somewhere deep inside, he was a good person. And everybody in the audience is like, in the pews, like, yeah, right, yeah, he was actually a good person, even though he was a terrible person. You know?
He's a pimp and a murderer.
And the guy's like, if I'm wrong, send me a sign, God. And all these terrorists and balaclavas with Uzis pop in. And they need to steal the body because inside the body is the microchip.
And we have to say the music in this movie is so fucking good.
Absolutely.
It really is.
It's so reminiscent to the soundtrack for Showdown in Little Tokyo. I swear to God, it's probably even made by the same guy, you know?
You get that crazy guitar riff just every now and again.
Yeah, right. It's outstanding.
It's just like a single note whammy going. And
it's
a
so
lot of
badass.
and stereo drum fills on, it's perfect. It's great. It's very Python Force.
Oh, absolutely. Our TV show.
Like
our
we
hit
should have
TV
used
show,
this for Python Force.
So
That's fine.
So
who the composer was.
Oh yeah, I would love to get this soundtrack.
I went up on YouTube and there was no soundtrack up on YouTube. Maybe it'll be somewhere else. But if you know what the soundtrack to CIA Codename Alexa is, email us at thevhsbandits@gmail.com.
Thank you.
He did the soundtrack for Codename Zebra. Bad Girls from Mars. Whoever did this, Louis.
Codename Zebra.
Fibre.
He just does codename movies.
Yeah. A Time to Die. Deadly Bet. Maximum Force.
Whoa.
Codename Alexa. Out for Blood. Fist of Honor. Private Wars. CIA 2.
Yes.
Target
Which
Alexa.
Was directed by Lorenzo Lamas, according to IMDb.
Oh, wow. LA Wars. Scanner Cop. The Force.
My God.
T-Force.
Oh, shit, he did
Bigfoot,
T-Force?
The Unforgettable Encounter.
Ooh.
Iron Fist, Last Man Standing. Whole bunch of movies.
All right.
Whoa.
Little
I wanna
Bigfoot.
I saw that. Is that the basketball one?
I think it is.
What's the cover to Little... What is it? Is it Sasquatch basketball movie?
Yeah, I think that's it.
God.
Yeah.
Nope, that's a different one.
Oh, is it?
Yikes. I don't think I've seen that. I definitely want to, though.
Anyway.
I got to watch every Sasquatch movie that's ever been made.
He was in the music department for Cats and Dogs.
Oh, God. Where were we? So the body gets stolen. They steal this guy's body. And then this fucking guy, one of the terrorist guys, he's just like, hey, I'm going to start shooting random people. Bah, 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 bah. And he uses his Uzi and shoots the pastor, even though they already got what they wanted. And then he shoots the organ player, and he falls out of the upstairs organ place. And
then they all run. They say, cops are coming, scatter.
Yeah,
and
every
they all go
cop in
outside and
America
take all
comes
their
up
masks
again.
off like dum-dums.
Right? And they're running from the cops. And one of them is the leader is a girl. And Alexa, run away from the cops.
Sorry, I can't do that.
Did you mean Cops Season 2?
Alexa. So she's like, drop the body, leave it, we gotta go. So they leave the body there, and then they just run off into their separate ways. And they shoot out with the police. One guy catches on fire because he's in like a truck, right? And they blow up the truck.
Yeah.
And he explodes and catches on fire.
There's a lot of
cool.
There's a lot of times in this movie where guns shoot people and fire and explosions just happen. It's great.
There are a Blues Brothers amount of cop cars in this movie.
Oh, dude, absolutely. It's awesome.
So they shut up the church, right? And then immediately 80 cop cars show up. But the weird thing is, first off, they're apparently not on the first floor. Someone somehow is on a second floor. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah.
And all the cops are in the back door because Alexa goes back through and goes out the front door, whatever. And there's one cop who just arrives out there.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, in back, there's 40 cars.
They're trying to get the jump on them.
I guess so.
And then she just gets caught. I mean, there's some car chases and stuff, and she's running around the streets. She gets caught.
this is where we meet.
She gets caught by
we meet
OJ
O.J.
and his
Simpson
partner.
and his partner, who I don't know what his name is, but they go and they arrest Alexa.
Oh yeah, because they get a call because he's eating donuts. OJ is sleeping in the car, dreaming of murdering his wife, and his partner comes back with donuts, and OJ puts in an Alka-Seltzer tab in his coffee. And they get a call to help out these guys.
What was the donut place that he got those donuts from?
Well, the sign
I can't remember.
The sign was California Donuts, but the box he brought back was Winchell's Donuts.
And you said Winchell's are no good?
Nah, man, they suck. Oh wait, no, I've never been to Winchell's, but Yum Yum Donuts is terrible. That's like a donut chain here they make coffee, Yum Yum Donuts, and they just have like the fucking like Coffee Mate cream like that you'd get at like the grocery store.
Yeah.
On like the counter to you know what I mean? It's just like homemade coffee. It's not.
They're just kind of brewing it for you, and you have to put all the pieces together.
Exactly. It's gross.
You might as well go behind and pour it yourself.
Right. It's like craft services coffee is what it is.
Gotcha.
So O.J. Simpson and partner go and they arrest Alexa, who's the only one that got arrested. I think the other guy got away.
That's not her code name. That's her real name.
Yeah, it's not really. Well, she had many code names, but it turns out her real name was Alexa.
You know what I thought?
Because she had like 18 passports on her. I have no idea.
I really
Boobs
thought
McGee and
what?
Someone else. I don't know. I said Boobs McGee is probably one of them. I don't know.
Oh, the elusive Boobs McGee.
I thought this movie, honestly, when I saw the code name Alexa name on the cover, I thought it was going to be a thing where like there was going to be like a nuclear nuke or like a bomb or something like that.
Nuclear nuke.
The microchip was going to be code name Alexa. That's where the Alexa smart home device was born.
I guess so.
A poop dukums.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a thing where like they needed to put in a code by like, like time's running out or something's going to explode. And like, we need to know what the code name is. And it was Alexa. And like, with 1 second left, it would, it'd be
maybe if they actually got to use that microchip.
Oh yeah. Right.
They could have powered some nuclear warheads. I don't know. And then we cut to the mansion from Santa with Muscles. I'm pretty sure it's the same one. I don't know. It looks very similar.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be an embassy, and I think it's like the Ukraine or I don't know what country, Bulgaria or something, like Eastern European country, whatever. It's an embassy in Los Angeles.
Right.
And
I thought it was just some dude's mansion. I guess I wasn't paying attention to that fact.
Well, you would be forgiven for thinking that because it is a mansion and not an embassy at all, because embassies don't have swimming pools, I'm quite sure. Especially Ukraine embassies. Anyway, they so the like ambassador or whatever is like, welcome to the embassy to my country. Hey, we're going to have a kickboxing fight here on the lawn. So
to the death.
Yeah.
And that didn't go anywhere either.
No, it was just to introduce him. It had nothing to do with the plot of the movie.
No.
He's just just to show how bad of a guy he is. He doesn't care who lives or dies.
I guess so. And so, yeah, they have some kick fighting guys, and they kick fight to the death. And I guess his guy wins. And then we learn that he's the bad guy. That's basically it. And there's like an old lady in the audience that's like, yeah, kick his ass.
Did one of the henchmen heists guys return? Not heist.
Oh yeah.
Funeral heist guys return, and they took
right,
out
the
his
guy
eye.
that shot the priest and everything. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the guy who was trigger happy.
So he came in and he's like, well, Alexa got away, and we don't have the body. And the main bad guy is like, all right, you don't have the body, so I'm going to cut your eye out, and you better not come back without the body.
Yeah, he's like, if you weren't my brother,
yeah, right.
It was
I'd
his
murder
brother?
you dead. Something like that. They were family members related somehow.
Oh,
If
he's
I was
related to
your
all of his.
estranged
Don't work with
uncle.
family. Jeez.
So
And now do we go to the karate basement?
Yeah, this is the craziest thing. Yeah, they go into this crazy building and they're like, all right, we're going downstairs. And like this crazy sensor scans over Lorenzo Lamas' hand and they open up a door. And next thing you know, in this big black like warehouse room with like a couple of lights here and there, there's just some ninjas.
Did we talk about how she was at the police station and tried to break out? And
oh no, we didn't.
Lorenzo Lamas comes in and takes her to that place.
Right.
Oh. Oh yeah, because she meets OJ there.
Yep.
I mean, or OJ took her into the police station. You're right. Okay.
And she like throws people through a two-way mirror. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, she's getting naked.
Oh yeah.
Or in her underwear. She has an underwear fight. And yeah, Lorenzo Lamas just shows up at the police station. Well, I guess he knows that she's been booked, so he's there to get her.
They're like, that's where you find out they don't know her real name because nothing shows up in any of the systems. And then all that happens and she's walking out, gun to OJ's head, walking out backwards, and Lorenzo Lamas shows up and says, hey, Alexa, play You're Coming With Me.
So he brings her to this
Breaking the Law.
He brings her to this very underground, crazy early 90s chic like condo.
It's not chic. Well, no. So with this, we have to talk about how she gets to the condo, Dane. It's a whole trip.
Right.
So yeah, like you said, they use the hand reader.
Yep.
To go into I don't know, this fucking secret CIA headquarters.
This is
1992.
This is like a lawnmower man building.
Yeah, totally.
This huge, massive building that's like industrial, but also parts that are not, which is weird.
Yeah.
Right. It's legitimately
lockdown.
I'm pretty sure they filmed it in a parking garage. They did a good job of like making it not look like a parking garage, but it still looks like a parking garage. And there's like lights on the pillars that make it, look like a real building almost. And they open the door and then there's just fucking dudes doing karate and like practicing karate kicks and shit. And then they walk down another hall and it's all the same hallway. It's a continuous hallway. They walk down the hall after the karate parking space and they end up in the shooting range parking space and there's people shooting guns and and then there's the science room with parking spaces where all the scientists park their desks and science stuff. And then they finally get to another door and then he goes beep boop boop beep boop boop beep boop boop, and then they open this door. And it's a luxurious condominium.
Condo, yeah.
It's a downtown condo.
You might get it, as a suite at a 4-star hotel or something.
Right.
Although
it is nice.
4-star hotels don't have window blinds to a window that's just a big gray piece of plexiglass.
Concrete wall.
Yeah.
That was great.
Of course.
And
man.
So
she's a prisoner.
I don't know how, but Lorenzo
got
Lamas somehow finds out like her background and all. He's all like, she's 24 years old, even though she looks like she's 40. And she's been in Saigon and she's liberated countries and blah, 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 blah. So
it's because he's the CIA info eater.
The info eater.
I don't know.
He's a word muncher.
Yeah. CIA buster.
Hey, with that computer chip, he could munch a lot of words.
That's right.
He could.
Yeah.
Maybe
he could
even
also
math.
Yeah. Possibly numbers.
Oh yeah, numbers.
And
man.
Weirdly, like they have her daughter held captive in the adjacent room where she's just hanging out. And Lorenzo Lamas has this boss who's just like, get information from her, any means necessary, even if that means sleeping with her.
Nice.
And he does.
Oh yeah,
Of course he does.
Of course. Apparently
and they
at this
kidnapped her
time,
daughter
like,
too, right?
Well, I don't think so. I think
They somehow
the daughter
had her
thing
daughter. I don't
is just
remember.
they never. We find out later on. This doesn't happen like immediately right now in the movie, but so yeah, there's the curtains. She opens the curtains and it's like the concrete window. But later on, they open the curtains again, or Snake Eater. I mean, whatever. Mark Dale Gribble opens the curtains. For it because she's not cooperating. She's like, I'm not gonna help the CIA arrest my brother or whatever for this microfiche. And he opens the curtains and then he takes out this giant like remote control and presses a button and the concrete panel goes whoosh and slides over and there's her daughter like in the bedroom like coloring pictures and stuff like that or something. And so they have her daughter as captive. But I don't think they kidnapped her. I think it's probably like she was an orphan or something. Like, who else would she be with? This killer brother of hers? Or
I don't know.
She doesn't have a husband.
I don't know who she was living with.
Yeah. Maybe they did kidnap her. You could be right. Maybe they kidnapped her.
I don't know.
Well, they have her.
Didn't explain
I don't
it.
know. They did not care to explain it. No. And so I don't know when this happens either, but since we're in this area and they have her daughter, they, what's his name? Lorenzo
Just
Lamas.
call him
Fuck it.
Snake Eater. Everybody knows who you're talking about.
Lorenzo Snake Eater Lamas, Mark Ruffalo,
Soldier Kelly,
Gravel Eater is
Gravel Eater.
He takes her out of the room and they walk through the scientists, they walk through the karate, they walk through the shooting range, and they end up at a 5-star restaurant in the basement of this parking garage. And that's where they like talk about the mission. And she joins up and he shows her like pictures that her daughter drew and stuff about the zoo and elephants and whatnot.
You know, it's almost on par with like the Pizza Man up in the ducting and like in the insane asylum wheelchair fights up in Snake Eater 2. It's like of that level of ridiculousness.
Except this movie's not so, like Snake Eater 2 like knew that it was like also a comedy, but this doesn't feel like it's trying to be a comedy. So I don't know if that, I mean, it is funny. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Well, like just how over the top and ridiculous this is. But I don't know if they intended for this to be funny. Do you guys think they did?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
My only thing is like we were talking about this when we were watching the movie is Lorenzo Lamas is he's like very
tame.
serious, like one note in this movie, as opposed to like when he's Snake Eater, he's kind of like goofy and you know, kind of a wisecracking kind of a guy. And this one, he's just straight faced the whole time, you know. So I kind of miss the goofiness of Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah. So we also said that like OJ's character is like the renegade. Well, it's not renegade cop, but he's like, so the CIA took Alexa and OJ now has like a personal vendetta against her because so before this happened, or at one point OJ and his partner go to the hospital to get the body of that guy just to see why they wanted it. But the bad guys are beat them there. And then Trigger Happy Guy has an eye patch now. And he sees that like OJ's like, you haven't done an autopsy on this guy. We want to find out what's in his body. And
what does he have up his butt?
Yeah. And then the eye patch guy now just starts shooting people again. It didn't work out the first time. Maybe it'll work this time. And then there's this big shootout at the morgue and / hospital. And he kills one of the goons. I think it's Blood or Vlad, but it sounds they call him Blood.
Blah, blah.
Blah blah blah.
Blah, blah,
He's
blah.
hiding with the dead bodies under the sheets, and he pops up and shoots OJ's partner, and so he's dead.
One shot, that's all it took.
Yeah, it does. Hey, it's if you're not exploding or on fire, a single shot to the stomach will do it.
Not quite. The dude
or
who
the
had the
shoulder.
microchip, he got like 5 shots before he like fell down.
That's true.
Because he had his gun pointed right at Snake Eater, and he shot him like 3 times and he didn't fall, so he shot him a couple more times. Then he was finally like, bleh.
He was a big dude. He wasn't blood sized, but he was a big dude.
No. He was a muscular dude. This police detective officer was not. He got shot right in the microchip.
Right in the micro dick.
Whoa.
The micro dick. How did he know?
And they cut the microchip out of his body and take it?
Yeah,
so
they got the microchip somehow, and the dude held it up, and he's like, I can rule the world.
they were
Something.
They,
I don't know.
Instead of
Right.
doing it like in the house or in the basement or something,
power.
they do it out by the pool of his mansion.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, they
so
steal
weird.
the
Weird
body.
place to
They took
do
the
that.
body.
They steal the body and all these
At
all these doctors,
Dusk, no less.
Yeah, at night with like one little flashlight, like in this guy's guts.
Yeah.
And the guy's
They
just
had a
like,
floodlight
well,
from
what's
the
wrong
back
with
of the
you?
house.
He's like, what's wrong with you? How come you haven't found it yet? Obviously, it's a microchip. It's like this little teeny thing the size of a pea, And so, and he's very impatient about these guys playing Operation, getting the microchip out of this guy. But they get it.
Well, he's like, I can't find it. And he's like, what do you mean you can't find it? And then he's like, oh, here it is.
Yep.
I can't find it. I found it.
And so that's it. He's got the microchip. So now,
you want to do open heart surgery by the pool.
Yeah.
I guess it relaxes them. Why not, right?
Sure. In the middle of the night where they're going to get eaten alive by mosquitoes, So
There's no mosquitoes in Los Angeles.
Oh, is that right?
We don't have Triple E here.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you don't want the Triple E.
Oh, boy.
So, Lorenzo Lamas tells Alexa, like, hey, you got to like go back in and get the microchip or else you never see a doctor again. You're going to go to the slammer in maximum security prison. And she's like, yeah, all right. So then we get this sweet
So you
action
better have sex with
montage.
me.
We get this great montage of her like throwing around a katana blade and like throwing people around in kung fu. She's shooting targets at the shooting range, and she's doing like kickboxing and stuff.
She's utilizing the other rooms that she has only walked through before.
Her parking spaces.
And
man.
so now at the same time, there's like this lady who's like the head of the CIA, and she's like a ridiculous chain smoker. All she does is smoke butts the whole movie.
And says, I want results or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's not too crazy.
She's just like, we're the CIA. Do whatever you want to get what we need.
And at the same time, OJ Simpson like busts down the gate to get into the CIA headquarters, and all the security guys start like shooting machine guns and grenade launches at his
just
Buick as he's going around this little
around
turnaround.
this.
And so he jumps out of his,
that's
his
crazy.
yellow car, and it just explodes. And even though
What if someone like made
He
a
just
wrong
rolls
turn?
out of it too, right?
Yeah, he just rolls out of it.
Like he just rolls out and is like, oh, I'm out.
Whoa.
Everyone's focused on the car.
Like that's what I did I accidentally drove into Camp Pendleton, which is like a super secret military operation. Well, no,
my
it's
God.
just like a military
How did you
place.
accidentally drive into there?
because they have a Dunkin' Donuts. And I put in Dunkin' Donuts on my phone because I'm like driving to San Diego. So I'm like, I need to get a coffee.
Yeah.
And it's like halfway down there. And so I like put in Dunkin' Donuts and they have one on the base. So I go And then like I drive up to like this military gate and they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I'm trying to go to Dunkin' Donuts."
Excuse me,
Can you
can I get
imagine
on
if they
this
just
bait?
started rocket launching me and like grenades and shit just because I wanted a coffee with some Alka-Seltzer?
What would be funnier is if they were just like, "Oh yeah, come enjoy Dunkin' Donuts."
I wish I would have loved it.
So
I
they-
wanted a coffee.
I assume they didn't let you in to their super
They did
secret
not
military
let me
Dunkin'
in.
Donuts.
I did not get that coffee.
Oh, it's too
They
bad.
said, "Hey, this is super secret, codename drug buster military base. You turn around right now."
I should have said codename Alexa, and they would have said, "Right this way, Mr. Snake Eater, sir." But I didn't see this movie at that point, so next time I make that mistake.
Go back there.
Yeah,
Just
I'll
say,
try it out.
"Hey,
What's the password?
I'm
Yankee
here.
Doodle.
I'm here for the Dunkin' Donuts. Codename Alexa. I know where the chip is.
Codename large.
It's in
iced
my
coffee.
credit card to pay for my coffee."
They have donuts sprinkled with microchips.
Micro chocolate chips.
So now she's all
OJ
trained.
busts in.
What? What?
We were
Huh?
talking about.
What were we saying?
We were talking about OJ. Hey.
Cool your
We're
jets
talking
there.
about. Yeah, calm your microchips, Dane.
Whoa, hey. Remember in heavyweights?
We were talking about
like,
OJ Simpson breaking in,
Hey, I think he
and
blew a
they
microchip.
caught him on the inside, and they threw him in this Power Rangers looking room. All these crazy future lights, and he was just like, "I'm a cop, guys," and they were like, "You're breaking and entering. We could murder you."
We could murder you. I guess they could, right?
I don't know.
They are
They
the
said something
CIA.
along those lines.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to just drive up to the CIA. It's like you get too close to Area 51, they shoot your head off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't go to the Dunkin'
yeah.
Donuts on the Air 51 base. Jesus.
I know,
That's
right?
Wait and exit and go to the Area 52 Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, jeez. Take
I'm
the
just
next
trying
exit.
to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Dude, they must
Alien
get
donuts.
that all the time at that military base where people just drive down.
I
that
don't know
road.
why it shouldn't be on the fucking map.
Dude, crazy.
You know?
Maybe it was a mistake. You know, it happens sometimes if you're Google mapping something. Like I was doing directions to work one morning just to check traffic, and for like 3 weeks, it was telling me to take one of those like side exits that are for emergency vehicles only.
Oh,
Yeah,
weird.
So I was like, I could, but I know there's a fence there.
Yikes.
And probably a camera.
my
So like
God.
I had to go and report an issue and say,
you froze, Kevbot. You froze.
no, I'm back. I'm good.
Would you mind repeating that
I'm
last
fine.
sentence?
Bitty.
His
So I had
microchip is
to go.
malfunctioning.
I had to go back to back on the app and report an issue and just be like, "Listen, dummies,
Stop trying to kill me."
yeah, stop trying to get me arrested if I take this exit. Sure, it saves 5 minutes, but
It never does. Whenever I do like save 5 minutes, I always get fucking lost, and then it's like, oh, you missed
Yeah.
it. Turn around here, and it takes you in some like back ass way to get anywhere, and then it takes longer. Don't do
Right.
it, people. It's
Hey,
not worth it.
Do you want to save 2 minutes? No.
Don't ask. Anyway, OJ's in CIA prison, but not nice CIA prison like the lady. He's in crappy
No.
CIA prison.
That's right. Because he didn't have a reservation. That's very sweet.
Yeah. They had to put him in a smoking cell.
Alexa
I don't remember what happens
goes
next.
to bad guy's mansion, kills a whole bunch of people with a crossbow, and she's able to get the microchip back, which is in this big old metallic briefcase. Instead of, like
course
just
it is.
putting it in.
That's where you put bad guy stuff.
Oh yeah, you got to have bad guy stuff in a big aluminum case. Yeah. So she comes back. She brings the CIA the microchip. She's like, I want my daughter. But they're like, listen, we got to make sure that this microchip is the real deal and stuff. So hold your horses there, Alexa. So Alexa like flips her shit and they got to take her out of there. And you find out that.
Why did they have sex?
Dude, because it's a movie where Lorenzo Lamas
Lamas
has to get down with the ladies. That's why.
Okay. I'll buy
Apparently,
that.
at this time, that lady was married to Lorenzo Lamas,
Oh, really?
What?
according to IMDb.
Whoa, what? Come on.
Whoa.
Wait, in real life?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
No, they were just married in the movie. We didn't.
Yeah, because they definitely
didn't know
weren't
that.
married in the movie.
They were married in real life?
Apparently,
According to the internet.
IMDb.
Wow,
Yeah.
how weird.
Take it
It's
for
on
what
the
you
internet.
will.
That's pretty bizarre.
True.
Okay.
I know.
Well, anywho,
How did the bad guy get the daughter? Because the bad guy got the daughter at one point.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
I
have no fucking idea.
I think what happened was they took the daughter in some car and then they showed some shot of the car like flipped over or something like that.
Oh,
So I think they hijacked
yeah.
it, you know? And they took the daughter
Yeah,
away.
because they were like, Lorenzo Lamas was like, she's like, I want to see my daughter, and they do the whole thing where like, oh, we need to find out that the microchip is whatever. And so he's like, I'll give you 1 hour. So during that hour, they like let them go outside, and that's where she got kidnapped.
Yeah.
So now it's personal.
Lorenzo Lamas and OJ Simpson, they get together in the shooting range and he's like, hey, listen, I'm going to go after this bad guy and I need you to tag along. And OJ Simpson's like, hell yeah, I'm tagging along. So he like takes out his remote and he loops it at the wall and this little door opens up with all these guns on the wall. And OJ Simpson's like, ooh yeah. And he pulls out this big shotgun.
Ooh, yeah, I like guns.
And
I don't think we finished. So when, like we were saying that, I wish Lorenzo Lamas was playing OJ Simpson's character. I think he would have been better because OJ Simpson, I think, is almost in this movie more than Lorenzo Lamas's character.
The weird thing about this movie is you literally have two main characters. And
right
for the majority of the beginning of the movie, there wasn't a whole lot of Lorenzo Lamas. You had a lot more OJ Simpson.
OJ.
And then Lorenzo kind of became more of the main guy, but he didn't do much. And it was more OJ Simpson going out there doing stuff. So it was weird. It was a weird movie of like basically two storylines going on at the same time. And it was a bit much having two main characters, I thought. That at the very end of the movie,
we just didn't get to
buddy cop
spend enough
movies.
time with Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah, exactly. So, so they decide that they're going to do some kind of a trade at a big airport.
They go to the airport
where like she drops off the microchip and he gives back the daughter. So all that OJ has to do is take like a little black cloth and put it over his exploding shotgun while they're inside the airport. So all these goons pick up the aluminum case and he's like, to get the microchip.
It's like in Dumb and Dumber. She drops the briefcase on the floor and then the goons are supposed to pick it up.
And she's like, where's my daughter? And he's like, I am moving permanently. You should come move with me. And down in the basement,
come fly with me to the Ukraine.
The bad guy, Blood, he's down in like the basement with all these like tubes and stuff with the daughter, and he starts shooting
like the boiler room.
Yeah,
or the jet fuel room.
The jet fuel room.
Because there's a big.
He starts shooting all the jet fuel employees of the airport, and the little girl gets away, and more jet fuel employees show up, and he starts shooting at them. And they're finally like, oh, we should call security. And security comes down and everybody's shooting at them. And
then Lorenzo and OJ go down and start shooting at them.
Oh, man. Every single time that OJ Simpson would shoot his shotgun, shit would explode. And it was awesome.
Hey, that was a heavy duty shotgun, man.
Seriously. It's like playing Turok with those explosive shotgun shells. It's like Dinosaur Hunter.
Yeah, he spent the upgrade points to get the explosive shells.
It's like when the people die and you shoot them again, and even though they're dead, they fly up in the air and go, "Blah!" So
he's got sticky bombs.
So, and then eventually the bad guy shoots OJ. He's down on the ground, and he's able to take some, I don't know, loose electric cord that was on the ground.
Well, I mean, Snake Eater is there too with the like everybody. There's this big shootout in the jet fuel boiler room, and another guy catches on fire. We see that he catches on fire twice because they reuse the same shot of OJ shooting a guy, and he like sparks up and catches on fire. And that happens twice to the same guy, and everyone is in the basement, and Snake Eater, OJ and the main bad guy go face off, but OJ gets shot and he falls to the ground because the guy has the daughter as collateral. And then Snake Eater and lady show up, and then they get in a showdown. And that when OJ is on the ground, there's a loose wire. Just a giant loose wire
just happens to be there
that I don't know where it came from this high voltage jet fuel pump or whatever. And I guess the guy is standing in jet fuel, maybe.
Now, wouldn't all that jet fuel like literally explode the entire airport?
Probably, yes. Maybe he just peed a little and got the floor.
Dude, hey, don't listen to the electric fence.
But yeah, he electrifies him.
Dude, him getting electrocuted was the best because like his face and everything. It was great.
Oh, he was great.
And then
it didn't have any rotoscope lightning though. I would have appreciated some of that, but it was still really good.
And then Alexa picks up the shotgun and shoots him twice, but unfortunately, this time maybe it was because he was already on fire that the shotgun shells did not set him on fire. Maybe because he was already pre-fired. I don't know.
Right.
And then I don't know, the boss lady of the CIA comes in when they're all said and done up at the airport. She's like,
they just leave OJ in the basement to die.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We don't know what happened to him. Did he survive or not? We don't know.
I think
didn't seem like he was dying like other people who got shot once.
No, because he was right. Because he was able to kill the bad guy, but they just leave him in the basement. Whatever. And now they meet the head of the CIA in the airport lounge or the hallway. And they're just like, the movie's over. Bye.
Yeah, they just walk away. That's the end of the movie.
Or he like quits the CIA, doesn't he? He's like, I think the CIA.
I think she wanted the two of them to become like a CIA team or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
But no, they just like, you know, it's like at the end of Commando when Arnold's like, no chance. He just walks away, but not as cool.
Yeah. And they freeze frame and then roll credits.
That's it. Yeah, man. And then more like sweet music. It was great. So that was CIA codename Alexa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
good movie.
So on Amazon, out of 5 stars, what do you guys think this movie was rated?
Yeah, Dan, what do you think this movie was rated?
5 out of 5. Try to beat that team, man.
4.9.
Ooh.
Is a 3.5 out of 5.
Oh,
come on.
I won.
I know.
Come on.
13 ratings. Apparently, this is available on Amazon Prime.
Ooh, cool. Go watch it and listen to our commentary while watching it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Up on the Patreon. All right. What else we got? IMDb?
And IMDb. Wait a sec.
Wait a second.
Here we go.
You need a new microchip to speed up your phone.
595 reviews on IMDb. What do you guys think it is out of 10?
595 out of 10.
Stars.
594.
Am I gonna reduce that by like 100%? It's 4.4 out of 10.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yep.
All right. What are we rating this out of?
Exploding shotgun OJs.
Out of 10.
Oh yeah, I like
Guitar
that.
riffs. Cool. All right, Kev Bob, what's it gonna
Out
be,
of 10,
dude?
10 microchips. I've been going first a lot. Let me go last. I gotta think about this.
Jeez. All right, then, T-Man, you gotta go.
I gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
Not to the bathroom.
God.
To poop out that microchip that you ate earlier. From Jimmy John's world famous
From
chili
famous
microchips.
Jambro Joms.
I'm gonna give this out of 10. I'm gonna give this 8. There was a couple slow parts, and I wanted more Lorenzo Lamas. That's pretty much it. The fucking music is rad as hell. It's probably the best music I've heard in a long time. It's consistently great.
Yeah.
And the action is so over the top. And I just wanted more Lorenzo Lamas. That's pretty much it.
All right. I guess it's my turn, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I think I'm also going to give it 8 guitar riffs out of 10. Pretty much for the same reasons. I wanted more Lorenzo Lamas. This whole 2 storyline things between the 2 main characters was weird. And yeah, the music was definitely the best part of the whole movie. You know, the main bad guy, man, he was great too. I liked him. He was great. But yeah, like I don't know. I you know, when I first started to watch this movie and that first scene where he with like the terrorists and stuff, when that scene happened, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the best damn Lorenzo Lamas movie I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
And that opening scene really raised the bar for me throughout the movie. But then it started to kind of go down. You know, there was a lot of not so much padding, but a lot of like talking. Lorenzo wasn't really doing much. And Lorenzo's like attitude throughout the whole movie, he was just kind of like there. Just kind of stone cold, like I said. He wasn't like being a smart aleck like he is in a lot of other movies. So it's definitely worth everybody's time. If you're a Lorenzo Lamas movie fan, if you like PM home video movies, if you just like early 90s action movies in general, you gotta check this one out. Put it on your list, and it's up on Amazon Prime, so check it out. All right, Kev. For those of you guys that don't know, we're doing this over Skype right now, and if you recently updated your Skype on your computer, you'll know that you can now put your own fancy background behind you, just like you can do on Zoom video conferencing, and we put Lorenzo Lamas pictures behind us.
Except for me, because I haven't updated mine yet.
Except for Kev. And Chris,
that microchip, man.
T-Man was just picking the nose of his Lorenzo Lamas. How are those Lorenzo buggers?
They're action packed.
Ooh, packed with action.
Explosive?
Yeah, ooh.
Yeah.
The most explosive
Explosive
boogers you've eaten all day.
aftertaste.
Well, Kev, I think the time has come.
Kevbot, have you made your decision?
I think I have.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna give this movie 8. Out of 10.
Whoa, it's a
Crazy.
triple 8.
It's not very often we all do the same rating that's also not a 10 out of 10.
Indeed.
Only on
indeed.
Lorenzo Lamas movies.
Yeah.
But just like Dean said, the first scene in this movie just sets the tone for the whole thing. And the facility that has the shooting range and the ninjas training. Oh my God.
I would love it. Do you think the CIA has ninjas in their basement?
Yes. This movie's got to be real accurate to real life, right?
Who knows?
What about the Japanese equivalent of the CIA?
Who knows?
The JIA?
The JIA. Yeah.
I don't think it's called that.
Well, if you're on Newgrounds, it was FDA. Anybody who remembers that from the late 90s, hit us up at thevhsfans@gmail.com. So yeah, dude. Yeah, that was it. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
All right.
It's a good movie.
All right. Good stuff.
What would give you 2 more points?
I would definitely rewind it.
Yeah. What do you think would give you 2 more points, dude?
I don't know. There was
Not much, huh?
Yeah. Not much. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Okay.
I feel just 8 out of 10 is a good.
Okay. It can't be improved.
Yeah, it can be improved somewhere. Maybe in,
it's
things I probably
8.
didn't pay attention to, but yeah.
All right.
It's a good 8.
Now, one thing I didn't mention was now when we watched, there's a couple action movies that we watched with like this foreign guy who's incredibly difficult to hear. Like he was in like some of the, I think he was in TC. He was a bad guy in TC 2000. His name was Joseph Murray, and he was like an executive producer on this movie. And I'm sorry, it was produced by him, and he made and he directed this. He did a ton of these straight to video action movies back in the day, and like both on and off the screen. So anytime that he's involved, I usually think the movie's going to be good, because any of his movies I think are really good. So
what were some other movies he directed?
He did
Maximum Force, Final Impact, Repo Jake.
Yeah, Repo Jake. That's got
LA Vice.
That's got the guy
LA Heat, LA Crackdown.
Yep.
LA Crackdown 2.
Whoa. I really want to see the sequel to this because Lorenzo Lamas directed it.
Yeah, man.
It's got to be fucking rad as hell.
If anybody has a copy of it,
Kathleen Kinmont was one of the writers.
Who?
The woman who played Alexa.
Oh, she wrote it? No kidding. Oh, dude, that means that she probably wrote in that
I'm trying to find it too.
Well, they were married. I mean, who doesn't want to fuck Lorenzo Lamas?
Here we go.
I'd write in a sex scene where Lorenzo Lamas pounds me in the ass if I was directing this movie. But it'd be romantic and have the slow.
Wasn't one of the writers, but yeah. Kathleen Kinmont was one of the writers for CIA 2.
No kidding. Oh, and then her husband directed it. It all comes together.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Good stuff. So we got one more episode to do of Lorenzo Lamas month coming up. That's going to be on our Patreon episode. That's going to be on our Patreon page for our Party Hat Patrol.
Go join Patreon.
Yeah, please do at patreon.com/VHSBandits. And check out the Party Hat Patrol on there. And check out some more Lorenzo Lamas. Lorenzo Lamas, if you are listening to this episode, we love you.
Because we know you are.
You are hands down my favorite action star of all time. You know, growing up, we always had Arnold, Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, all these guys, right? You are the man. I think you are one of the best action stars of all time, dude. I know you're spending a lot of your time right now flying helicopters and stuff, but please, dude, if you want to make CIA Code Alexa 3 or Snake Eater 4 or anything like that, we would love that. That'd be great.
Yeah, we kind of found Lorenzo Lamas through Snake Eater too, because I'm sure we might have seen some movies like as kids or something, but really when we started this podcast is what Lorenzo Lamas has a lot to do with this podcast.
Oh yeah, dude. He is
absolutely
the VHS Bandits podcast.
Yeah.
He helped form the VHS Bandits podcast.
That's right.
Exactly.
He had a hand in the creation of it.
That's right.
Whether he knows it or not.
At least a wheelchair.
A wheelchair fight with a werewolf on top of a mental institution.
Yeah.
Man. Thank you, Lorenzo Lamas.
All right.
Please be Lorenzo Lamas, please be one of our Patreon members.
Yes, Lorenzo Lamas. Do you have $5 a month to listen to your bonus episode?
Hey, Lorenzo, If you want to be on the VHS Bandits podcast, email us at thevhsbandits@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram. I know you're a big Instagrammer. We follow you on that. So, yeah, man.
And our DMs are open.
Yeah.
Wide open.
That'd be.
Actually, I hope you didn't listen to this because I just said I'd read a scene where you fucked me in the ass. So if that's not in your wheelhouse, I won't do that.
All right.
Anyway.
T-Man just ruins our one chance of getting Lorenzo Lamas on the show.
Hey, I took it
that
back.
note, we're going to wrap up this episode of VHS Bandits.
Wrap it up before you
thank you, everybody.
ass.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Again, thank you very much to our Patreon members. I am the Kevbot. Here with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Dane Train and the ticklish Topher Hansen. Dane, what did I say yours was? The
dubious, something like that? I don't know.
The delirious?
I
think it was delirious?
I don't know.
No.
Delirious.
The delirious.
Yeah.
The stand-up special delirious Dane Train. Thank you, everybody, for listening. As always, be kind and rewind.